Hi, I'm Amy. Welcome to Beauty and Beyond. I'm here today to give you my first update on my modified Pan That palette. And maybe you've heard of Pan That palette before and you're thinking, Amy, why are you calling this a modified Pan That palette? Well, originally a Pan That palette is for you to take a palette, an eyeshadow palette, a face palette of some kind, and to hit pan on as many shades as you can within that year and that time that you're using the palette. But I didn't really want to set goals to pan palettes. I really wanted to focus on one particular eyeshadow palette while allowing myself the freedom to be able to enjoy all of the other eyeshadow palettes that I own. So for my modified Pan That palette, I picked ABH Norvina, which sadly enough, it looks like it's getting discontinued. Can't get this anymore, and which is perfect because it's the oldest palette that I own, and I want to be able to enjoy it, especially now that you can't get it anymore. I want you today to think about the oldest palette that you own, and are you giving it the love that it deserves? So I created these modified rules. I'm not going to have a goal to hit pan in these shades. I just want to use them as much as possible. If I hit pan, awesome. If I don't, that's okay. Each month I'm going to pick one focus shade, and for that focus shade it means that I'm going to use that shade 20 times or attempt to within the month. And because this is a palette I want to focus on but enjoy other things, for 1 week out of each month I will use this palette alone as my sole eyeshadow looks for that week. And for January, I mostly hit my goals. I did forget that I was supposed to use it for, a week. So I think I only used it for like 4 days straight. But it did get lots of love throughout the month. In January, my focus shade was Dazzling. This beautiful kind of rosy gold, but there is a rose gold shimmer. It is kind of bronzy and just a little fleck of pink within it. And it's really, really metallic, very creamy, a really great shade. I was not able to use that Dazzling shade 20 times, but I did use it 15 times. And I was keeping track of it here on the front with my painter's tape. But Dazzling, I was able to work into looks naturally 15 times. And I'm okay with the fact that I didn't hit the goal of 20 uses on this shade, because ultimately that's 15 more times than I would have used it had I not been trying to just focus on it a little bit more. During the month, I was able to create some looks using a variety of colors within this, and I'm pretty sure that I touched almost every color, even the Scary Soul. For some reason, this shade really intimidates me, but I did use it a couple of times as a liner, as someone had suggested to me. And when you swatch it, it's not quite as intimidating, but when I look at Soul right here in the pan, that blue purpley color scares me a little bit. I'm going to put some pictures up to share with you some of the looks that I created using this palette, and I really enjoyed a lot of the looks. I tried to branch out a little bit and use different color combinations within these looks, which is helping just my creativity and me learning how to use eyeshadows. When I'm choosing a focus shade, I'm actually not including these two shades. Base, which is something I will just use naturally, so I'm not going to use that as a focus shade because I am using it every day. And Soul, I'm not going to use that as a focus shade and trying to use it 20 times a month because it is intimidating to me. And ultimately, I want this project pan, modified project, to be fun, and I don't want to scare myself into using this. I will just use it naturally. So I randomized 11 shades, because there's 14 minus those two and minus this one because I've already focused on that one. And I randomized this one, which is Drama. Drama is pretty well untouched. It's kind of a satin purple with glitter flecks in it. It has a little bit of a gold, kind of a gold shift, just a little bit purple. It's very, very deep, very, very versatile in what you can do with this. I have used this as a liner, which was really nice and complimentary to the eye look that I created using that. And then today I actually just added it to add some depth into my like crease outer corner area. I took it and did that with it today. And so while I don't think this shade is going to be the focus of a look, it's going to be focused on by using it 20 times. And so far, this is the 4th that I'm recording this, and I've used it 3 times. So I'm on a really good roll. This is going to be a naturally easy eyeliner shade for me. And because I'm using it with this little brush right here, for eyeliner, I can already see a little bit of a dip within that shade. So I'm very excited to see what that is going to look like at the end of February, because I know that that is going to be a shade that's going to be pretty easy for me to use. I was at first a little bit scared, but you know what? Now I am really motivated by that shade. This is such a great palette, and I'm so sad that they are discontinuing it, because I feel like it's great for all year long. You've got some really great fall shades. You've got some, you know, probably like some wintry type shades and some springy shades, and you could probably even make this work for summer too, with some of the yellows and the gold shimmers with like metallic shades. It's really sad that they're discontinuing it, but it's been around for a while, and if you have this palette, I know that you've probably had it for a while as well. So that is my update. I did not get to hit the 20 use goal on dazzling, but she sure does look a lot more dazzling now because I have used it 15 times. Drama is going to be my next shade that I use, and I promise that I'm going to try to do a better job of taking pictures of looks that I create during my 1 week of using this, so that will be a little bit more inspiration for you. I challenge you today to pull out a palette that you haven't used in a really long time, something that's really old, and use it, and challenge yourself to create 5 looks out of that palette and see how you still feel about it. Maybe it's not performing that well anymore and you need to get rid of it, or maybe you're reinvigorated in your love and passion for it and you want to use it more. Let me know in the comments what that palette is for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!